vlog number 2, kind of vlog. Back at Roman's today. Merry Christmas, everybody. Doing back today. We'll be using a lot of different machines compared to what Alpha Land has. They have this really nice Nautilus single arm pull down, so it's gonna be our first warm up. But overall, I feel really good. Merry Christmas again to everybody. Don't forget to kind of just enjoy the holiday. Unless you're on prep, you know, have a cookie. If your grandma makes food, enjoy it. Just be around family. Bodybuilding's an old man's game. You don't need to, you know, it's good to stay on track and everything. Don't get super fat today. You know, don't eat 15,000 calories of crap, but just enjoy it, have fun. I'm fortunate enough to be able to get a workout. My boy Stevie Knievel, he drove me today. I'm talking shit about you. I'm talking shit about you. He's a Giants fan, but he wears Raiders and Texans hats. He says it's a nice hat. I agree, but we're gonna walk through it back today, go over it. Single arm pull downs, a lot of fun. One of my favorite machines ever. It's also one of the smoothest machines I've ever used. Really just phenomenal. That's why Cybex and Nautilus are the best. But doing our single arm pull downs, doing a lot of our feeders, tucking it to our hip, our pocket, just keeping control of it the best we can. We'll pause, pump it up, and smooth. But it is weird. I'm gonna change the angle of it next set, but still doing a lot of our feeders. A lot of people asked what feeder sets are. So if I'm doing 2 sets of 8 to 10 with an exercise, a lot of my feeder sets are basically warming up. I just had someone come up to me, super nice guy, and he was like, "Hey man, I don't want to bother you." I'm like, "Dude, I don't wear headphones, like, it's fine." Super nice, super respectful. Like, I finished my set and everything. That's when he came up to me. By no means am I like some big fitness influencer or anything like that. Like, if you see me, like, you can come say hi, you can come do whatever. I'm not gonna be bothered. Now, when I'm on prep, like if I start wearing headphones and I got headphones on, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's stop and have a conversation for like 5 minutes." But this guy was really nice. And he was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt anything." And that's like, I appreciate that. But by any means, like if you see me, come say hi. Like, unless I'm like in the middle of my set or something, or like I'm about to do like a big top set or something, like, you know, I appreciate it though, because it's really weird. That like I'm in a position where people look up to me in a sense, and by no means do I take it in like a negative way, or like I don't let it get to my head, but I just like talk about what I want to talk about, do what I want to do. And it's really cool to have people that like agree with you and want to like, I tell people all the time, like, don't try to be like me, try to be better than me, because like I don't view myself as like better than you. But you should have higher goals for yourself than where I am right now. I am nothing right now, so. But it's just like, keep shooting for the stars, people. Like, do what you want to do. Have fun. Like, don't let people tell you that you can't do something. Because what'll happen is like, when you're trying to achieve something, people will make fun of you. They'll put you down. I didn't really experience that, but I know a lot of people who it has happened to. Is they're like jealous that you have the guts to try to achieve your goals, try to start doing something. Then when you start being successful because you believe in yourself, then they're gonna wanna be your best friends, and then they're gonna wanna be like, "I was there since day one." And you'll know who those people were, who were there for you and who weren't, and who like you because of you, not because of what you became. So keep those people in your life. All right, so we found our top set weight. It's gonna be 4 plates on each side. Try to keep good control of it the entire time. I threw on my Versa grips. Try to get a nice hold and pause at the bottom. Nice control of it on the way up as well. So it'll be good, it'll be fun. So I'm trying to just keep as much control of it as I can the entire time. Whew. Damn. That was tough. All right, let's do the next side. So for people asking about the camera and the settings, my mom for Christmas, she got me a A7 III, has a 50mm Sigma lens on it. It's got a cage and then a tripod with it. I'm using these Rode mics that I've had for a while, but I will be looking at the DJI one soon. But overall, like, I love the setup. It's not overly complicated. I don't need like an over-the-top setup. I like it a lot. It's not too much, it's not too little. I had used a 6400 in the past with a 30 to 50mm lens before, but I love the setup. It's perfect. But I will get a new lens at some point, but perfect for everything that I need at this moment. So now we are moving on to a Yates row. Now, a lot of people say that I do barbell rows very weird, and I do. It's a variation of it. It's a weird. Let's go through the difference. I prefer Yates rows. It's a little different from a barbell row. Now, a lot of people will say Yates rows were underhand. Yes, they were underhand until Dorian Yates tore his biceps. Then he flipped to more of an overhand. Nothing wrong with either. You can do underhand, you can do overhand. Essentially, a Yates row is a lot more upright, but just my preference and how I like to do it. So I'll walk through both for you. Again, different movement. You can do either or. I absolutely love both. Yates row is just my favorite for it. So when setting up for a barbell row, there's a few things I will say. One, you need to set it up right. When I do RDLs too, you'll notice that I walk out of the platform, because therefore when I'm kind of failing, I can just walk it back in like this. It's a lot easier to walk backwards than walk forward and almost have to kind of throw it if you're failing, especially if you're in a place where you can't really just drop the weight on the ground. But, so you set it up like this, kind of a little higher than you would like a rack pull, but in a place where it's kind of like, you see how low this is right here. I get it set up and I lift it up. It's just right above the thing, so I can kind of just walk it out like this, but just like that. It gets super heavy. I don't have to worry about like shrugging it up, because if you have it too low, you got to shrug it up. If you have it too high, you also kind of got to shrug it up off of it to rack it and re-rack it. So it's kind of a pain. You got to set it up. Make sure you take the time to set it up properly. You will be thanking yourself, especially when you get super heavy in weight. So you get it set up, you walk it out. Let's walk through the differences. A Yates row is a lot more upright. So it's kind of like this. I always like to do the barbell rows where I kind of guide it along my quads and pull to my waist instead of my belly button like this. You can do either or, just preference. So Yates row is more upright like this. Kind of a little bit of movement in the way that my back kind of turns up a little bit. Now barbell row is a lot more strict, just like this. But it's just preference. Do what you want to do. And then you see how easy it is to rack it right there, just like that. But the one thing about doing back right after a hamstring day, especially doing RDLs, is some days you're like, it's really heavy to do barbell rows or Yates rows. So we'll see. It's kind of just like whatever. So I'll work up to 4, just kind of difference on the amount of reps that we end up getting. But that's not an excuse. I got to push it. I just started my new cycle before prep, so I'm excited. Let me run that for the next 8 to 10 weeks. 400 test, 150 primo. Primo's expensive, and then 300 EQ. So that's what I'm gonna be doing up until we get into prep, and then probably start of prep as well. The guy who was on the deadlift platform, he actually got here first, and he saw that I had a camera. He's like, hey man, I'll move out of the way. I don't need you to. He's like, I don't want to be in your shop, whatever. He's like, I feel bad. I'm like, dude, you were here before I was. I'm like, I'm not gonna be moody about it. It's like, I checked the film. He was only in like a little corner. Like, it's not the end of the world if someone walks in front of your camera. Like, it's not like it invalidates your lift or whatever you're talking about. Now some people are really disrespectful about stuff, but like most people are really nice. And he was like, "I'll move out of your way." I'm like, "Dude, you don't have to," but he like insisted. And the funny thing is, like, most of the people at gyms where, like Alpha Land and Roman, for example, where there's a lot of cameras, or not as much as you would really think. People expect there to be 30, 40 tripods at a time. It's really not that bad. Even at Alpha Land, most of the time it's not even that bad. But you just kind of get used to it, and you like respect others the way that you respect you. But you know, I feel bad because there's probably, for all I know, he got yelled at by somebody in the past for walking in front of a camera. And like, I try to, like, to me it's not really a big deal, but if you're someone who freaks out at people like that because they do bump in front of or whatever, like, my camera's just like in the middle of a walkway. If people walk in front of it, I can't be moody. Like, there's 2 weight racks right next to my camera. Like, people are gonna have to walk in front and like grab weight and stuff. Right now, he just walked by, just walked behind my camera. He doesn't have to do that, but he's just like showing mutual respect to other people. So that guy's a nice guy. But we're gonna walk through, start our feeders, 2 to 3 reps, working up to 4 plates. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 plates. But yeah, overall feels really smooth. I'm telling you, do not forget to do your feeders. I always do them. To me, it's just my favorite way to get warmed up for every single lift. Helps you feel. There's a piece of gum, not a Zinaroonie, Zinarochi, but I've never even used one. I might in prep though, but that's for like appetite suppressants. There's a lot of dudes I know that use them, or other types of nicotine for like appetite suppressant and prep. But I've never used anything, so we will figure that out. Clean your belt, people. Every time before I use it, I always clean it. Whether it's a wipe or a spray bottle, whatever, wipe your stuff down, clean your stuff. Like, that's how you're gonna get staph infections. Like, I always put it on my bare skin, under my hoodies, or my shirts. Clean your stuff, clean your belt. If you have like knee sleeves, like, throw them in the wash. Any wraps, straps, whatever you got, clean your stuff. Wipe the edges of it, inside, outside, like this part up here, top part. Like, wipe it all down, clean it all down. Like, I know it's a little cold when it touches your skin, but you gotta do it every time. Don't be gross. Have good hygiene. Like, people are like, "Elec, how do you have good hygiene? How do your skin looks so good and everything?" It's like, take care of it. It's gross too. Like, I know all of you playing sports growing up, you always knew those kids that like never clean their stuff or whatever. I remember like middle school when I was playing hockey, my mom made me come home and spray my stuff every night, my gear every night. Cause like, if you ever played hockey, you know how bad hockey equipment smells. And like, don't do that. You don't want to be the stinky kid. You don't want to be the gross kid either. Imagine having a bunch of acne, like all around like your stomach area like this. Like, clean your stuff, take care of your stuff. But we're doing our feeder with 3 plates now. Threw on the belt, gonna throw on the straps for the next set, just to get used to it. But it'll be good. I try to always prioritize like a hook grip whenever I'm doing stuff. I don't like to do like thumb over. Even when I'm doing like bench stuff, I always like to do suicide grip. I don't know why, it's just like what's more comfortable, but it'll be good. Got 4 on. This is gonna be our last feeder, and I always like to do a feeder with my working set still, just to always feel it out. That's it. I don't like to kind of just like go right into it. Like, if you're bumping up a significant amount of weight and then just going into your working set, like I'm going 2 to 3 reps and then bumping 90 pounds. All right, so do 8 to 10. To me, it's not the best. I'd rather take that last set, get warmed up, do a feeder. But it's more so to figure it out, and then because the next set, when I start doing my working set and I start kind of like bringing the weight out, I'll be used to the weight. So this set is more just like a feeler, kind of just like a warm up with the weight. That's how I view it. So it's like, I do my working set, I'm like, all right, already done 2 to 3 reps. This will be easier to kind of adjust to it. I'm not just kind of unracking it and then going. I'll be able to tighten up form between every set as well. Whew. A lot of people that are very comfortable where they make like 4 to 5K a month on social media and they don't really try to do anything else or like grow. And it's very weird to me. So I'm like, look, if you're in your early 20s making 4 to 5K a month, just posting a couple times a day on social media or whatever, you have your sponsorship, whatever, I get it. You're not thinking about the future. You're like, that's it. You're 20 years old. You're making like 4 or 5 grand a month. But the problem is, it's like there's people that are setting themselves up to not have to work after 30.
Yeah.
Within social media, you're not. And that's the thing that, because this bubble, I don't know how long it's going to last. Like, especially a lot of people with the kind of like online coaching.
Yeah.
I was talking about this. Hey, so my boy Steve, you maybe have seen him before. He's a bodybuilder. He does coaching, but does a lot of bodybuilding competition. Yeah. Not like the lifestyle stuff. Because we've talked about how I think that within like 5 years or so, we're going to see a huge drop off in the amount of people that are getting the lifestyle coaching. Dude, I think the bodybuilding kind of like prep coaches will always be there and always be in the demand. It helps for him because he has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
He has like 100K on TikTok and he's really good at his job. But the lifestyle kind of coaching where somebody does one prep or, you know, you have 2,000 followers, you're like, I can coach people.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where's that going to be in 5 years? They just got this. I believe there's got to be. Oh no, this is rawmotiveworks.com. It's a rear delt fly, so we're obviously used to doing it on a pec deck. This one's a lot cooler. It's just kind of like a seated fly behind you. So we're gonna try it out today. Go to different gyms, use different equipment, but it's just, oh, see how heavy this feels. Oh, it's awkward. Maybe if I'm used to doing it like this. Oh, I can't do it like that. It feels weird. Okay, let's do it like this again. That's weird. It's very weird. It's not like your traditional kind of like pull. The tension on it is very different across it, but we're still gonna use this, even if I can't load it all the way up. But it's humbling. The pad on it, I don't know if you can see it. Actually, I'm gonna bring the camera over. On this machine, it's almost like this like knitted kind of material. I get it to focus. Look at it. Trying to get it to focus. Here we go. Look at that. But this machine is very cool. It's just whenever you use different machines, it's always adjusting to it, which is a pain. Oh, it from another angle too, but it's very unique. And that's it. Even if it means I can't go as heavy, you're doing different machines because it's totally different, you're not used to it. And I will say this too, you get better at machines the more you use them because you're used to the way the pull is, the tension, everything. It's just fun to use different stuff. Like you go to the same gym 99% of the time. Use different machines when you go to different gyms. Like especially if you're not in prep or anything, like it's just very weird. Alright, let's end it out. I want to do some biceps. Do our feeders. You ever put on an attachment and it's like really heavy, so you gotta like hold down the block. You don't want the thing to fall on your head. So hopefully we go 120, 160, and then do a working with 200, and then just do some biceps. But I feel pretty good. This place is, so Roman is like very, very big. It's like 2 of Alpha Land Gym 2s, if you've ever been there. But it's actually very busy, even though it like does not look that busy. But I heard that Roman never gets like that busy here. But decent amount of people here. It's probably, I'm not gonna throw a random number out. I'm gonna have to, just to 200, 8 to 10, just try to keep good form with it. Yeah, it'll be good. I'll do some bicep movements, and Stevie Boy's tired. He's going sitting in the massage chair, so I don't want to keep him for too long because he drove, and he's got his Corvette. Step back a little bit. I keep bumping into the side of that. So next set, I'm gonna have to take a step back. So we're moving on to biceps. We're gonna do 2 bicep movements. This is probably my favorite bicep curl machine of all time. So I'm gonna do this, and then I think some cable curls, but I've been dealing with this like elbow problem, my left elbow, for a while. It's made it very uncomfortable to do some stuff, so I might be ordering some BPC soon. But I've been kind of giving it time, and I've been laying off biceps a little bit more lately because I hit them really, really hard for like a month and a half, 2 months straight. So I'm trying to give it a little bit more rest just so I don't like overwork one side more than the other. Some days it feels great, some days it's like eh, but we'll see. You done? I'm gonna do this set and then yeah. I watched your first one. Thank you, man. Yeah, I got you. But I'm gonna do, I think I just got 2 sets of this and then I'm done. But I just bumped into him. So I bumped into him last time I was here. But he's a nice guy. I'll let y'all be. Oh, you're fine, man. Hey, good to see you, brother. Yeah, you too. Yeah, I need those. I need those Romeros. Oh. So this is our top set here. We got the full stack with it. Do you like this machine? Here, use this. I didn't even try it, actually. It's a very humbling machine, but it is a very, I love this machine. You wanna try it? Damn, that's heavy. EB Boy is gonna put us through a little routine. So Steve is about 5'7", 260. He's like 5'3". I'm 4'11". He's got the gas shirt on, so you know he's a big boy. He's a fake Texans fan though. He only likes him because he can bet on him.